Hey, how's it going? I'm Terry from Outdoors and Ventures and crap. I just want to talk about a lot of the stuff that's been going down just recently. I usually don't bring too much religion and stuff like that onto this channel, but mainly because it's Outdoors and Ventures. But we are outdoors. But what I was wanting to talk about is there's a guy. He's going around. I guess he's calling himself a prophet or whatever. He's claiming that on the 23rd of September, which is already passed, the rapture was going to occur in 2025. He came out with all kinds of list of reasons why it was going to happen and this and that, but it never occurred. Which I already knew that was going to be the case. Now I can come up with all kinds of biblical reasons why it wouldn't take place during that time. But then people came out, and I think it was spearheaded by the same guy. I think it's Pastor Joshua or something like that. I might be wrong, but I think that's his name. He is now starting to turn around and say it's going to happen in sometime in October of 2025. Because the calendar dates have been changed or some kind of crap. Like we're using the wrong calendar or something like that. And I found another video that kind of blew him out of the water instantly. No sooner he posted that. And even the stuff I found still trumps him. Such as, you will not know the day or the hour. The only thing you will know is the season. And it's not technically a season of the year. It's the season of the times. Which we are in, more or less. I mean, but at the same time, the rapture will not occur while everybody's sitting there looking up in the sky waiting for it. I mean, that's just, even in the Bible, it says God will not do that. He will come in like a thief in the night, and nobody will know the day or the hour. Nobody. The only way that you can possibly even get it right is every day of the year say this is it, Jesus is on return. Then at least then you'd be right. But nobody would know. And those are just the basics of what I know. That I can spot off without having my Bible right there in front of me. I used to have all kinds of passages in the Bible and everything highlighted just about the rapture itself, so I know quite a bit of it. And it will actually happen right as we're in dire need of it. Not because a few bad things have been happening or something like that within that year. Like, we are in immediate danger. Why is that the case? Because in the Bible it says the reason that Jesus comes to take his church up to heaven is because he's protecting them from the 7-year tribulations and what's about to happen at that time. So, if everybody was living in peace and safety, there's no reason for the rapture. I mean, hell, might as well stay here, right? But that's not how it's going to happen. All hell's going to start breaking loose. And this takes place before Revelations. It pretty much spells it out in the Bible. So every time somebody comes up saying it's a mid-tribulation or at the end of the tribulation, which makes no damn sense to me whatsoever. I mean, how in the hell you don't sit there and try to protect people after 7 years has already gone by of hell on earth? Makes absolutely no sense. And mid-tribulation is the same way. I mean, you got the tribulation, then you had the great tribulation. It's like 3.5 years each, which makes out the 7 years. And supposedly in the middle of that 7 years is when, in the 3.5 years, is when the Antichrist will go and declare himself God in the temple. or rebuilt temple. My words are starting to trip over. But yeah, I mean, stop looking up thinking that the rapture is going to occur on certain days. Just some pastor or somebody who claims to be a prophet or whatever says it, or that they had a dream. Yes, the Bible does say that people will have visions and dreams at the end times, but there's such a thing as called discernment. And I've had rapture dreams myself. Doesn't mean I'm going to go and tell everybody that on this certain day that we're all going to be taken. And not only that, but there's such a thing as called suggestive dreams. It's where you're thinking about something so much you dream about it. And then you think it came from God. That's not how it works. I've actually had influence dreams where I was thinking about something, went to sleep, woke up, and remember a dream of what I was thinking about. Just read in the Bible, know that Jesus is coming. Live your life the way you're supposed to. And then when you hear the trumpet sound, you know it's time. And I'm pretty sure the only people that are really going to hear that trumpet are the ones that are being taken up in the rapture. I mean, otherwise everybody would truly believe in Jesus right at that time period, and that's not the case. Because you got to remember, everybody starts turning around thinking it's aliens and radiation causing all kinds of stuff. Nobody wanting to sit there and point at the true cause, and that is Jesus Christ came to take his church. So just keep the faith and stop believing all these fake prophets sitting there trying to say things that make absolutely no sense. Do your own research. Even if you read the Bible 1,000 times, read it 1,001 times. Try to get as much information about it as possible, because every time I pick it up and read something, I'll always come back with a little bit more or a totally different perspective. And yeah, in the Bible it also says that before tribulations, before the rapture and all that, we're going to be living in very dark times and this and that. That is true, and we are in those dark times. But they're definitely going to get a hell of a lot worse. Today, I just saw on the YouTube page and everything about some guy. He's I'm not sure what his name was. I don't know if they've even released it yet. But he's like 40 years old. Took his car, drove it into a Mormon church, and I think he opened fire or something like that and killed so many people. I know people died from it. And then when the cops showed up, then they took him out. But I'm kind of wondering, why are all these people going around shooting up churches, schools, and their places of jobs and stuff like that? I mean, it makes no sense to me. If you really want to do some damage, just take yourself out. I mean, because now, anytime anybody ever thinks about that guy, all they're going to remember is that his way of going out, how he died, and how many people he took with him. I mean, if you're sitting there wanting to be remembered for something, don't be because you're a mass murderer. Because all it is going to be negative. I mean, they'll never have a good thought about you ever. Even your family, when they sit there and try to think about you, they're going to be like, oh yeah, I remember that guy. Oh, didn't he go and drive a car into a church and like shoot up 20 people? I ain't sure how many people he killed, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty much to be like that. And they're like, oh yeah, but don't you remember he was a real nice guy? Well, wait a minute, I don't remember hardly anything else about him except for the fact that he killed all those people. I mean, it's not how you want to be remembered. And I just thought about something right before I started making this video. just about everybody has the same type of birth. They came out of the mother, they have a mother and father, even if they're not in the picture. But either way, everybody more or less has come into the world about the same way. Our lives, even though we all make different turns and we go in different directions in our life, I mean, it's pretty much still the same. We live it, we work, we pay our taxes, we marry, we have children if we are able to, given the time or whatever. But the only thing that we all do differently is our death. I mean, some people have heart attacks, some people die of other cancers, other issues, murder, suicide. Everybody has their own way of leaving this planet. We all might come in about the same, live relatively about the same type of lifestyle. I mean, roundabout. I mean, but the deaths is the only thing that's really unique. And I just don't see why people would want to go out of their way to be known as an evil person. I mean, granted, I don't like a lot of people, and I'd rather just be by myself a lot of times. But I don't really think about going up, shooting up schools, churches, places of work, or going around killing my neighbors. Sometimes. But, just, I usually try not to think about that. I mean, I'd rather just stay by myself, deal with things on my own. Like right now, I'm going through somewhat of a state of depression because I just lost my job last year, and I live in a somewhat small town, and I'm having a hard time finding a job. No matter how many applications I turn in, I just don't get no phone calls. And I ended up losing my house, and me and my son went to go live in at a campsite. And we ended up having to have somebody help us afford to do that. And then our money kind of ran out doing that. I had 2 dogs. One was a lab, and the other one was kind of like a Rottweiler mix of something else. And they were good dogs. Good with kids. Good with the other animals. I mean, very easy to get along with. I had to get rid of them. Now I have a cat that I've actually had for 17 years. He's the exact same age as my son. And he's pretty much sleeping in the car with me, where is where I'm at now. I got my son living with his vice principal until we figure something out. But my cat, I'm on the verge of either having to put him down or something. And I don't know, we're sitting there trying to figure things out. I mean, we're going through a very hard time right now. And things ain't easy, but I'll figure it out. But I'm dealing with all this on my own. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, you got to have a strong mind. You actually have to be like, okay, this might be what's happening to me, but I will overcome it. And that's how I am right now. I know I'll bounce back. It's just going to take me a little bit. But, never once have I actually thought about going shooting up the job that fired me over something stupid. Which I'm still mad about, but there ain't much I can do about it. I actually had a bunch of court dates. And that I was having to take off for and everything. And I was taking that, what's it called, a FMA or FML, whatever it is, for those days. And it was all excused. As a matter of fact, every week I was actually asking for my point system, so I actually knew, especially every month. So I knew where I stood and make sure I actually didn't point out, because I did have a lot of court dates. And everything was going good. Then 3 months later, after all my court dates come down, they came over, called me up to the main office, said, oh yeah, we're gonna have to let you go. I'm like, let me go? Let me go for what? And they're like, you pointed out. I'm like, how'd I point out? They're like, oh, well, we did an audit and we went back 3 months, which is where my court dates were, and you pointed out. I said, no, I didn't. I made sure I had points every time. And they're like, yeah, but according to our system and everything, you took too many days or something like that, and you pointed out, which I know is a lie. As a matter of fact, when they even let me go, I already had points. Because all those points that I actually had taken for prior offenses, those had already rolled back because it was over a year long. So I already had points, but no matter, you know, the situation, they had to let me go. Because according to them, I pointed out. I was like, that's, you know, that's bull. But it put me in a real bad bind, and this is where I'm at now. But I'll make it back. I just got to figure out how to get a job right now, because things are pretty tight. Don't even really have gas to get too many places. But I'm sitting there working with service groups and stuff like that, other churches, trying to get things rolling, but I'll figure it out. But see, all the bad things that's going on with me right now, I've never once actually thought about going in there shooting up the place. Matter of fact, I'm trying to get back on there, because it's about the only other place around here to probably be hiring. So you do what you gotta do. And I'm going to get off of here and just let y'all know, keep the faith. Don't always be looking down. Try to think of ways to actually get through the mess that you're in. If you're religious, pray to God about it. But no matter what, don't give up. And know that sometimes you have to go through the darkness to get to the light. Alright, well, y'all have a good day. See y'all later.